Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube land. Today, it's Grandpa Bill in Austin. We're going to install some Steeda Jacking Rails on my 2015 Mustang. Now, nice thing about jacking rails is that you can take your jack, of course, and put it anywhere around where the jacking rails are and jack up your car without hitting your the crimp steel, the crimp rail that they have in there. I suggest, don't jack up your car on that rail. They call it the pinch rail. I really don't like it. I only use that like if I'm on the side of the road and I get a flat tire, then you can use that pinch rail to use with the jack that comes with the car. But when I'm changing my oil or changing my tires, rotating my tires, or doing any other work underneath the car, I like to have some jacking rails. Now for you guys that do a lot of racing, you probably won't want jacking rails because it's going to add some weight to your car. But for your daily driver people and your ladies, if you want to get underneath your car and make it easier, these Steeda jacking rails are what you want to go with. Now the reason I went with the Steeda is they're nice color, they're black, but the main thing about the Steeda jacking rails is that they have a cap in the front here, okay? And this cap will keep out rain, salt, snow, mud, and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of inhibits any possibility of rusting, especially for you guys up north that have salt sprayed on the road and things like that. So they come in a really nice package. They come bubble wrapped, believe it or not, from Steeda. The only problem is sometimes you get kind of mixed up reading the directions as far as what is right for the passenger side and what's the one on the driver's side. So I called up Steeda, talked to this really cool dude by the name of Chad, and he got me straight. We went over the instructions. There might be some detailing that they have to do on those instructions, but he showed me, what way to do it. And the easiest way to remember how to put these on is that the shortest rail with the two holes close to each other, that always goes in the front. This longer rail in the back here will always go in the back, and it will have the two holes that are like 4 inches apart. These are about 2 inches apart, okay? Now, then you got to ask yourself, which way do they go up? Do they go up like this, or do they go up like that? According to the instructions, they go with this flanged-like part towards the muffler. But the easier way to remember it is that if you look at this carefully, you can see that the weld, there's no weld right here, okay? But there is a weld up here at the top. So this would be the top, and this would be the front. Okay, so if this is the top and this is the front, then we know that this has to go towards the muffler, this little flange part, then we know that this is the passenger side. And what I did is I took a little piece of tape, I wrote P-A-S, passenger, and front, and I put the little arrow like that. So we know that that's going to go on the other side. And I'm only going to do one of them for you so that, if you do one, the other one's just the same. So let's put this on the side. Now, the next thing you're going to have to do, there's going to be 4 bolts underneath there. 2 in the front, of course, and 2 in the back. And sometimes they don't have them in the back. Sometimes, Ford doesn't put them on there. But this is what they look like. They're about this big. They're 15 millimeter, okay? And what I did is, instead of jacking my car up, I just rolled it up on some 2x4s, and I got my jack underneath it over there. And I had enough space in between there to check it out. So now, let's get this baby on. This, we know, goes in the back, this towards the muffler, this flange part. The weld's on the top, and this goes, so we know that this is the driver front. So, okay, we're going to put that right there. And then I took a big old mirror, instead of getting underneath there trying to look, and plus I don't want to stick my head underneath there when it's on 2x4s, that ain't too smart, because I'm not, I'm not dumb, but I'm not stupid. Okay, you just look underneath there, like this, and you can see that there's the 2 holes right there. I don't know if you're not going to be able to see them, but you know what they look like. And when you come back here, you got 2 back here, but you're not going to use these 2. When we take these 2 holes, when we take these 2 out, you're going to use one that's further down. And it doesn't have a bolt in it. It doesn't have one of these. It's just empty, but it's already threaded. And a nice thing is that you don't have to reuse your forward material, your forward bolts, because Steeda, the good company that they are, they supply you with the bolts, okay? So they supply you with the bolts, and they give you enough bolts to do the job. So, I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. I've already loosened them up a little bit with a ratchet, but I got my gun here, impact gun. I got the, it's a 15 millimeter, okay, 15 millimeter ratchet on it. Now I'm kind of like searching around. I got it up underneath there high enough. I'm going to put it on there. Whoop. Alright, there it is right there. Put that in one of your little magnetic pans. Get these things at Harbor Freight. They're great. They stick upside down, left, right, you know, I ain't gonna stick them on my car, but they're great. Keeps control of your... Alright, so here we go with the other one. Alright, so now, let's put this to drill, get it right. So now we're going to take the rail and hang it on up there, and let's see, it's kind of cool today, but for January 2016, it's not so bad in Austin. So let's grab some of them bolts and kind of hang them up there and get it going. So, grab our mirror. Of course, you know, if you don't want to do it with a mirror and you want to jack your car up all the way and get underneath there, you can do that, but you'll find out the older you get, the more shortcuts you take. Okay, so there's the holes. There are two little holes. They match up with this. Put one in here. We don't need any of those washers. Okay. I think I made it. That one, let's see if it's going to hold in. Looks like it will. Alright, let's go put one in the back. That way we won't put any strain on the bolts. Let's see. This baby lined up there. Oh yeah, perfect. One. Alright. There. Let's see, screw. And the other one should be right behind. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it's just lined up perfectly with one of the things that you took off. This is probably one of the first mods. I know a lot of you guys do those cold air intakes and things like that. I like the cold air intake that Ford gives me. But if you're doing racing and stuff like that. Okay, and then for this one, get it in there. Let's see, screw left to right. Okay. Then we take our impact hammer, make sure we got it on the screw, put it in here, like that. Alright, that one's good. Just give it human touch. Make sure it's on there. Oh yeah. It ain't going nowhere. Okay, fellas, now I've taken the camera off the tripod, and I wanted to kind of show you what you're looking at. So let's look at through the mirror here. You can see the two bolts right there that we were talking about. See them right there? And then you can see that this flange part is pointing towards the muffler. Okay? Then the rail runs all the way back. There's my little marker that showed that this was the other side. Boy, the mirror's kind of dirty, huh? Here we go. And then we come back here. Now this is where you're going to have something different, okay? So you can see that there's one of the bolts right there, but the other one is further back. And you see that hole that I was talking about? You see right, let me see, right there. That's the other hole that Ford gave you that didn't have a bolt in it. Or maybe it was one of these two. But anyhow, what I'm saying is that there's going to be other bolts back there that, there's going to be other holes back there that Ford drills for you. So that's basically it. That's the installation of the Steeda jacking rail. And I want to show you a couple other things too while we got this Ford up off the ground, and show you how this thing works. So I'm going to cut the tape right here and put it back on the tripod. Okay, so that was pretty easy. 4 bolts come off, put 4 bolts on, put it up there. If you got yourself an impact wrench, might want to use that. If not, just use yourself a 15 millimeter socket wrench. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go do the other side, but I don't have to show you that. But one thing I want to bring to your attention is that you still have room underneath here for your scissor jack in case you get a flat, you're on the road. That's important because you don't want to disable your scissor jack. So your scissor jack will hook up into that crimp rail, okay, that they call, which is nowhere you really want to. All you want to do is get your tire off the ground, get it changed, and get it back on. But what Ford gives you with that jacking, if you have that, some people have that blow-up kit. I like to have a tire. But I can tell you that the jack will work, but the lug wrench that they give you in that set is not going to break these lugs. Okay, these lugs are on there over 100 pounds, I think, from what I remember the guy telling me or what I read. I really suggest you go to, I got this at O'Reilly. It's a Dorman lug wrench, and it comes with the different sizes, okay, and you're going to need 13/16. For my particular car, it's 13/16. Your car might be different, okay, but you get the 13/16, you get all different sizes with this. But the nice thing about this lug wrench is that if you're on the side of the road, it'll break those lugs for you, okay? And it does come out longer to give you some more leverage, okay? This was like 19 bucks, guys, and let me tell you, when you're on the side of the road, you got a flat tire, it's not going to be 72 degrees like it is today with, 50% relative humidity. It's going to be raining, it's going to be cold, you're going to be in the mud, all that other kind of stuff. That's another thing, you might want to bring yourself a little 2x4 to put that jack on there if you're in the mud or in a soft area, so that you put that jack on that 2x4 and you'll be able to lift it up and get this off. But you definitely need yourself a nice lug wrench. I definitely suggest you get it. So that's it as far as putting on the Steeda jacking rails. They help with the rigidity of the car, and not like the things in the back and in the front, but it will help you jack up your car to work on it. So let's see how it works. Let's jack it up. Give it a test, okay? And we'll kick out these. Let's see here. Okay, get that down. All right. This is my new jack that my beautiful wife gave me for Christmas from Santa Claus. Okay, I'm on the jacking rail, and I am going to jack up the car from both sides. And I should be able to kick this boards out of here. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So you could change your tires. You can rotate your tires. Look at that. You don't have to move the boards or anything. Jack up both wheels at one time. Get underneath there. You can put your, I got these really nice, these are AC Delco jack stands. They're 7-ton. Big old thick rod. They were about 70 bucks or so. I got these at O'Reilly. Really, really nice. Sits right on in there like that. 7 tons. I kind of like to do a little overkill, especially when my butt's underneath there. So that's it. I suggest you get them. Steeda's the place to get them. Now let's go ahead and lower this down slowly. A little bit too fast. But that's it, fellas. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a really good piece of equipment to have, especially if you're working on your car a lot and you don't want to use other parts of the car to jack up your car. Jacking rails are the way to go. All right, y'all have a nice day. Take care. Have a nice New Year's. Be safe. Treat everybody good, okay? With respect.